Greetings. Here's a very short message, if I could call it that. Something for you to think about in the long run. When man tells you to do something, some will have good discernment. If they think it's something reasonable, won't do it. However, if man tells you to do something, you're listening to the word, and man, listen closely, man tells you to sow a seed. You're being told to do something by man. Yeah, some of you will take it into consideration because man has told you. Now, when God tells you to do something, you have to really think about it. And you are hesitant because nobody is used to hear God's voice. Think about it. You're here, you're praying, asking the Lord to guide you. And He tells you, do this, give that. But yet your spirit of discernment is like, why? Why do I have to do that? Some people, when they hear man, listen closely, when they hear man to tell you to do something, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But when you're in prayer and you're asking the Lord, what do I need to do? When He tells you to do something, you have to think about it. Saints, man can fail. Man can fail. God cannot. You see, on one side, man can, tell you to do things. There are some occasions that Jesus has spoken, and He told a couple of people, you blind guides. Blind guides. You see, man was following man blindly, listening to man, being guided by man. And yet, when the Lord tells you to do something, you hesitate. I want you to think about this. You see, a lot of people are too used to listening to man. They're too used to it because the voice is audible. The voice of man is very audible. You can hear a man's voice. You can hear a woman's voice. But when it comes to following God's voice. You have to, ponder and think about it. Men and women of God who follows God's voice are the ones that are going through a lot of warfare. They're going through a lot of grief and sorrow. Why? Your faith is being tested. Your mindset is being tested because you're following God's instruction. But when it comes to man's, this, instruction, you have a problem with it. It's easy to follow, yes, but is it God's will? Is it God's will? In order to answer that, go to what you're praying in your prayer room. Think about what you're praying. You're asking the Lord for financial miracles for other people, healing. For others, it's guidance. You're asking the Lord. You're not praying to man. You're praying and asking God. God is always right. Always right. Remember this. He is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning from the time of Adam all the way to the end, which has to involve the recovery of man. In other words, rapture. Stop and think. He knows everything from start to finish. When Moses was revealed on a face-to-face visitation with God, he was revealed before his time. Before his time, he showed him Adam. He showed him things that proceeded from that time forward. He was shown, and he didn't have a problem with it. Some of you are always on your knees asking the Lord for directions. In some occasions, when the Lord tells you to do something, you have to think about it. Here's what's going on. You see, the enemy knows that God is telling you to do stuff. That's why he is quick to throw the darts of the enemy to make you think, why? Listen, listen. The darts of the enemy to make you think, why do you have to listen? Listen to man. Don't listen to God. That's the devil's purpose. That's the purpose. However, if you discern not to listen to the enemy and listen to the Lord, things will start going better for you. Hmm? Something to think about. When the Lord tells you to do something in reference to being supportive or give support to someone just to build the infrastructure of the teachings. Well, anyway, think about it. God knows everything. He's not going to tell you to do something if he has not seen your obedience. Think about it. God is not going to tell you to do something if he didn't see it first in obedience. Stop and think. If he sees you're obeying, you'll get rewarded. Imagine a child, growing up, 2 years old, 1 year old, that starts to walk, and mommy and daddy has to guide them. Don't do that. Sure, the little child will pitch a fit because he doesn't know the reason why he's being told no. But mommy and daddy knows better. We're trying to protect the little child. How much more than our Father in heaven? Hmm? Our Father who is in heaven knows what's going to happen even before it happened because he already seen the outcome. He'll tell you, do this, and he'll tell you not to do that. Think about it. Stop and think about it. Let it sink in. Anyway, I'm not going to take too much of your time. For those of you that are praying and asking the Lord, what can I do? If he says, do this, do exactly that. Don't think about it because he already knows the outcome. There's a difference between man telling you to do something in comparison of God telling you to do something. Sometimes the Lord has to use a prophet or an apostle to guide you into doing the Lord's will. Guide you. You already know that answer. That just brings confirmation. Because if the Lord told you to do this, and this, a prophet or an apostle will tell you the Lord is saying, do this, and this. I hope this clarifies a lot of things. Even though it's a short, video, let it sink in. Play it 2, 3 times if you have to. But think about it. Remain blessed.